Hey, Hosanna Kids Church, and everyone else joining us today, I'm Trent.
And I'm Tyler. Trent, you want to know why I'm wearing this fancy little number?
I wasn't wondering, but I guess now I'm kind of curious. Is it because it makes you feel special? Oh, so special?
No,
You don't need a jacket to be
Stop.
special. Oh.
It's because I'm the favorite.
No, I want to be the favorite.
Sorry,
I
but
don't have a fancy coat.
this right is reserved for moi.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. This is kind of like the favorite. Joe. Yeah, I get it now.
What?
Yeah.
There's a Joe out there who's the favorite?
Yeah.
I'm the favorite. That can't be. Is it like Joe Mauer or something?
No, he seems like a great guy, but not that Joe, no.
Well, you're talking about like a cup of Joe, right?
What are you doing?
Dude, yeah, look at this.
I do love a good cup of Joe.
Yep, a little Pike's Place in there, yep. A little
nice
Chiefs mug for the reigning champions.
There it is. Your coffee may be getting warmer, but you're definitely getting colder. See, let me enlighten you on who this Joe guy is. Now, let's open up our Bibles to Genesis chapter 37.
Dude, Genesis, that's like the first book of the Bible. That's one of my favorite books of the Bible. And I don't think Joe Mauer was hitting cleanup in that book.
Definitely not, no. What do you know about trust?
Oh, tons, man. I mean, I've done so many trust falls with my friends.
Oh, that seems cool, I guess.
I've dropped pretty much all of them, though.
Okay, so Joseph's not going to trust you to catch him. We're actually going to talk about how he trusted God to be there with him no matter what happened. See, Joseph was one of Jacob's sons. You know, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob.
Father Abraham, he was one of us.
And you and us.
Yeah, we're we're a little out of sync there, guys. But seriously, we're talking about the big three, the big dogs.
The big three, yeah. The faith leaders, yeah.
Wow.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That Jacob. God was doing exactly what he promised Abraham when he looked up at that sky.
That he was going to be the first man in space like Neil Armstrong?
It's a little soon for space travel. No, God promised Abraham that he would have as many descendants as the stars in the sky. And Joseph was part of his big God plan. And Joseph had some brothers, a lot of brothers. Not just one or two. He had 11 brothers, and he was the second youngest of all of them.
He was the first son born to his wife, Rachel, who was barren and couldn't have any children?
Very true. But that's a conversation for another day. Okay. But we do know that God does big things through women like Rachel that are barren.
And let me guess, God's at work again and has a big plan.
Oh yeah, big time. In a place called Canaan. One day, Joseph was taking care of the flocks with some of his brothers, and he didn't like what they were doing. So he came running back to his father and told him all the bad things his brothers were doing.
I'm starting to think that this Joseph character, the so-called favorite, and his vast multitude of brothers didn't really get along very well.
No, they sure did not.
So help me understand how my coat and Joseph's coat comes into this story.
Well, it's about to come in right about now because, see, Jacob didn't really help things with his brothers and their relationship. He kind of made things worse.
So he didn't round up all the brothers and like make them hug it out?
Definitely not. See, listen to this in Genesis 37, verse 3. Jacob loved Joseph more than any of his other children. And the brothers knew this. Because Jacob loved Joseph more than any of his other sons, he made Joseph a beautiful robe that really set him apart and showed the brothers that he loved Joseph more than them.
And I bet every time those brothers saw that coat, they were reminded that Joseph was definitely the favorite, like me.
Exactly. Somebody's peanut butter and jealous. Check this out in Genesis 37.
You dog.
But his brothers hated Joseph because of their father loved him more than the rest of them. They couldn't say a kind word to him.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Where's the love for the favorite?
Right? Yeah, they should have been kind to their family, but Joseph didn't really make things easy on him. God gave Joseph some special dreams.
I've had some special dreams from God, too. I had a dream that I was made out of Play-Doh, and I was riding a giant T-Rex through the great city of Atlantis.
Interesting. I'm pretty sure that doesn't mean anything at all. But Joseph's dreams had a special meaning, and God gave him the ability to understand what they meant. See, his dreams were about bundles of grain, and the other grain bowed down to Joseph's bundle.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Yeah, it meant that his brothers were going to bow down to him.
That's definitely not going to make them happy.
No, it didn't. Especially when Joseph decided to tell them about his dream.
Bad idea, Jojo.
Yep, but then he had another dream. This time, they were all stars, and they were bowing down to Joseph's star. He ran to them and told them about these dreams.
Joe, keep it to yourself, man. Were his brothers like, do you want to be king over us? Do you want to rule over us?
Yeah, they hated him even more because of his dreams.
Awkward.
Yeah, it sure was. Things were starting to get even worse and be even more tense between these brothers.
Come on, guys, don't fight. Instead, you could be the world's greatest boy band. I can see it now. The Out of Sync boys, touring the world, juking and jiving, singing and dancing, moving and grooving.
Well, that's an interesting way to see that, but this boy band will never be.
Dude, what are you talking about? Are they breaking up already?
They were never even a boy band to start with. Moving on, because one day, Joseph's brothers were taking care of the flock, and Jacob wanted a special report back on what they were doing. So he sent Joseph to check in on them and to tell them what was going on.
Uh-oh, that does not sound like a good idea.
No, it wasn't. Because as the brothers saw Joe coming, they decided to make an evil plan.
Please tell me that their plan was for a boy band.
Sorry to bring you bad news, but there will never be a boy band.
No! Out of Sync boys could have been a world tour, a class act. But I guess it's bye, bye, bye.
As Joseph came closer, the brothers started to think of a plan and throw out ideas. Let's put ketchup in this shampoo bottle.
Nah, I'm not wasting ketchup. What if we all hid and scared him?
Nah, too simple. Let's put all of his clothes in the freezer.
No, I got it. Let's just kill him.
Whoa, man, whoa.
Take it easy.
That one was a little too far.
Let's just throw him in this hole and tell Dad that an animal ate him and that we won't have to ever see him again.
Ooh, that's a good idea. As Joseph approached the brothers, they put their mischievous plan into action. They grabbed Joseph and
hugged him?
No, sorry. They took his fancy jacket from him and tossed him into a hole. Are you done yet? Oh my goodness.
Okay, now I am.
Okay, thank you. Then they took Joseph's jacket to their dad. They told him that an animal jumped out and attacked Joseph and ate him. So, he's dead now. What's for dinner?
No.
Here you go.
Joseph, so young, so much potential, so much ahead of him, and the favorite, just like me. Oh, he's gone.
You know he's not really a tasty snack for a ravenous animal, right?
Yeah. Obviously, I knew that.
No,
I knew that he wasn't really in that hole and left there, but I bet his dad was really sad that he thought he was gone.
Oh, yeah. Jacob had a bad case of the mope. See, he thought Joseph was dead, but he wasn't. He was just left in that hole. But before his brothers left him there for dead, they saw a little opportunity. After they tossed Joseph down into that dark hole. Oh, no, not again.
Okay, I'm done for real.
All right, thank you. They sat down to eat a meal together, just like tossing your brother into a hole and faking his death was no big deal.
That's a huge deal. A big no-no.
Oh, yeah. As they were eating, they saw some Ishmaelite traders on their way to Egypt. Then one of the brothers had an idea. Let's sell him to these traders. This way we can make a little money off of him.
You shouldn't sell your brother.
Oh, no.
You can't sell your brother, right, Trent?
No, you definitely can't sell your brother. But they did.
So, let me get this straight. Jacob thinks Joseph is gone, but he's actually been sold as a slave, and he's on his way to Egypt.
Yeah, it could have been easy for Joseph to have given up and been all sad like, God, my brothers hate me. Why? They put me in a hole, and now I'm a slave. Do you even care?
But he didn't. He continued to trust God, and even when things didn't make much sense and looked really bad, he knew that God is bigger than any problem we face.
We've said it here before, friends, that God is doing big things even when we can't see it. And we know from his promises that he will work all things for the good, even things that may not look good to us.
And no matter what's going on, continue to look to God and continue to talk to him. He cares about you and wants you to share what you're feeling or thinking with him.
And trust him during anything and trust that he is in charge of everything. So talk to him in prayer today, now, and always. And you can always pray for others too who may be going through a hard time.
Man, the lessons in the story are so good.
Oh, yeah.
But something tells me he had a lot more to go through.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes our problems don't stop right away. Sometimes they push us to depend even more on God and trust him, even when it's hard or we think we got nothing left. We always got him.
Trent, I'm absolutely dying to hear the rest of the story.
Yeah.
What happens next?
All right, let's take a look.
What?
Oh, sorry, man. You're going to have to come back next week and see what happens to Joseph, the real favorite.
Let's not get crazy here.
And that's how today's story ends.
And now, to be continued for you. Bye, 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 bye.